Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Morning Report with me, Richard Perry, Market Analyst at Handtech Markets for Friday the 4th of July. It's Independence Day in the States today, so they're on public holiday, so you could well be finding that market volumes are fairly limited today, and that is why we also had the Non-farm Payrolls report coming out yesterday, unusually on a Thursday, but it was a very strong report. It certainly beat expectations significantly on the payrolls number, 288,000, well above the 212,000 forecast by the market, and also the unemployment rate came in well below expectations as well, 6.1% there, below the 6.3%, and also you had some fairly encouraging numbers, although on the hourly wages and also the hourly earnings, the hourly rate as well. So a very decent payrolls report that has boosted the dollar certainly over the last 24 hours. A significant jump that we've seen in this dollar index. And that has certainly been reflected in some sharp turnarounds in some of these currency pairs as well. However, moving into today, the currencies are fairly flat and fairly neutral. There's been a bit of a clawing back of some of the gains, but it seems as though just in the last few minutes, actually, the dollar has just begun to find a bit of strength once again. The euro is back below 136, which is a key level, testing that 135.85. So I'll talk about that in my chart analysis of the euro in a bit. But also we're seeing sterling basically flat, and also some of the commodity currencies correcting back as well. So just a little bit of dollar strength just creeping through in the last couple of minutes, in fact, there. In terms of stock markets, there's no major moves. The European markets was very strong yesterday, but they're just unwinding slightly today. Maybe a little bit of profit taking. There's no steer, as I said, from Wall Street today, so it could be a fairly quiet session, and just unwinding a little bit of that upside that we saw yesterday, but nothing too drastic on the downside as yet. There's no major economic data today to go on, so the markets will be trading just on the back of sentiment, it would appear. And that takes me to my chart of the day, which is the DAX. This is long term on the DAX. This shows you the big uptrend that we're in for the past almost 3 years now. Just zooming in slightly, you do have a steeper uptrend that has now developed on the DAX that you can start to factor in as the basis of your support. But what we had yesterday was a significant upside break. The trading on the DAX in the past 2 or 3 weeks has been pretty disappointing, in fact. I would say there's got a whole series of negative candlesticks. Even though you were creeping higher, there was no real conviction to the upside. You had a bearish key one day reversal, and then a series of negative candlesticks, but 2 or 3 doji candlesticks denoting uncertainty. But yesterday, a very strong candle to the upside, Marabuzu almost, where it within a couple of points of opening at the low and then closing at the high. So a very strong green candle there, just unwinding a little bit in trade today, but certainly you'd be looking at this being a suggestion that the bulls are beginning to regain control of this DAX chart, and certainly if you look at the momentum indicators, there is nice upside potential still in the RSI, just in the low 60s. The MACD lines have just unwound nicely to neutral and just beginning to turn up again, so that's a positive, and also the stochastics as well showing good upside momentum. So there is the upside potential for certainly a move into the new high ground. That would be above 10,051. So that would be, and you're only about 30 points away from that now, just about 10 points down on the day. In terms of the intraday chart, there is an initial support band, you would certainly say, around about that 99 80 to 99.90 mark. That was a little bit of an intraday stopover yesterday, and there's also an interesting support coming in. If I zoom in closer here, you'll notice that yesterday we hit an intraday high that was the basis of resistance at 99.36, and then that was also retested after that ISM number, but the strength that we had into the close, and that retest at 99.36 was almost bang on to the pip. So that seems to be a strong intraday support level that you can work with at the moment. In terms of basis of support, you're looking at probably that 21-hour moving average, which had been used as resistance on the way down and now been used as support, and that comes in at 99.47. So there is scope for a little bit of an unwind also with the RSI on the hourly chart, just slightly stretched. You could see a bit of a drift back in early trading today, but I think ultimately that would probably be a buying opportunity on the DAX, because it certainly yesterday was certainly seemed as though it was the bulls really beginning to take control once again, so it could be open for further gains on this chart. Okay, well, that's my assessment on the DAX, and I wish you good luck in your trading throughout the day, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.